Hey, thanks for checking out Fast Eddie's Chop Shop. Here you have every right to be wrong, and I'm going to break it down for you. Trump is scum. And if you believe that, you're not thinking. I was watching The View, not that I watched The View, but I watched a clip where, once again, Joy, whatever her name is, was complaining that Trump is the most evil thing. You know, I've said this before, everything, and I mean right down to the last jot and tittle, everything that they blame Trump of doing, they're doing. They say he's an election denier. No, they deny that he was a rightful president. Now, I want everybody to unhinge for a minute. If you disagree with me, unhinge, relax, calm down, and think things through a little bit. If you hate the man, that's fine. You don't like the way he looks. You don't like the way he talks. You don't like the fact that he was rich. Despite the fact he's the only president that actually lost income while refusing to take an income. Set all that aside for a minute, but I want you to think for a minute. They do not believe that he was a rightful president. Maybe you believe that, but after all the hearings, he was, there was no Russian hoax. There was no other countries got him elected. People like me, maybe people like you, some of you watching this, voted for the man. My wife did not like Donald Trump. She voted for him because that was the best option, but she didn't like him. She loves him now, probably more than I do. But again, step back from your hate and to be honest, stop being a sheep for just a second. Stop listening to talking heads. Listen to me for a few seconds here and ask yourself this. They say that he was a dictator who didn't want to give up power. Did he leave the White House on the day he was expected to? Yes. They said he was going to cause World War III and get us in a ton of wars. Zero. Name me one of your presidents that, we weren't involved with a war. He didn't get us into any new wars and was trying to get us out of a long-standing one. So he didn't do that. So he left power when he was supposed to. Was he saying words you didn't like? Saying that everything was stolen? Sure. But those are words. What did he do? He left. He didn't cause any new wars. In fact, he created some peace agreements that people thought were impossible. The Abraham Accords. What else? He did all the things that he said that he would do. Now, again, you might not like some of the things that he said he would do when he was president, but he did them. At least he was truthful for the man that they say was this crazy liar. He helped enact bills and rules that hurt his companies. He, again, little refresher here, no new wars, left when he was supposed to. Despite most Republicans and people like me not being a fan of the jab, he was encouraging people to get the jab. I actually totally disagree with him on all that. But he was on your side on that. If you hate him, he was on your side with that. We had the lowest unemployment rate. Crime was down. All the statistics that you can measure a country by, we were better than we were before he came in. So, reduce sentencing. For the African American population, I think it was something to do with Kim Kardashian, but he helped get sentencing reduction for certain crimes. Crimes that Joe Biden got heavier sentencing guidelines when he was a senator. So all the things that they hate him on, or they tell you to hate him, what did he do? Tell me what he did. Other than maybe some words you didn't like. What? He got North Korea to stop and reduce them firing off missiles. That was bad. The Abraham Accords were bad. Moving our embassy in Jerusalem was bad. Tell me, please tell me what that man did that was so awful. Other than the wah, wah, wah that you hear from the Views of the world, pretty much every news station. Here's a question for you. Back when we were young, we were told to, if you're smart, you distrust the government. Now, they're preaching that you should trust everything that they say or do. Walk this line with me. Is there any doubt that wealth and power can corrupt? So the government has all this wealth and power, and not just during Trump's time or right now, but for all of government history. Smart people distrust the government. They distrust people with money and power over them, because you may get good leaders here and there, but once somebody has power, lots of money, combine that with power, they're going to misuse it at some point. Some very, very little, some a lot. So it's smart to ask questions. But today, what are they telling you? Hate that man, hate that man, hate that man. Why? Well, he's a liar, and he caused wars, and he did this, and he did that. No, go look it up for yourself. He didn't cause wars. Unemployment was down. Violence was down. Economy was up. And I'm not even measuring it by the economy. Forget the economy for a minute. Freedom was up. So I respect you, because right now what they're trying to do is shut speech down. And shutting speech down is shutting down your right to think. And if you applaud that today, tomorrow it will be you eventually that they shut down. Because unless you agree with them 1,000%, and even then there's going to be a time where they have to shut you down. It's coming for you. Our freedoms are hinged on the right to speak your mind. President Trump spoke his mind. You may not have liked it, but there's no reason to shut that down. And I want you to ask yourself a question. Why is it that everything and everybody is against Trump? It's like God. The very fact that there is a push to not believe in him, to disregard him, it's the push that makes God believable. Because otherwise, who cares? You believe in God. Whatever. You believe in a fairy dust. So what? But no, there's an active response to it. So ask yourself, why is there such an active response to Trump? Is he telling some truth? Does the war machine, why is it that Nikki Haley seems to get all this applause by even you if you're a Democrat? And she's the one saying, we must go to war, when the man who caused none, everybody seems to be against. All the powers that be don't want him in office. That's why you have to vote for him. Because all those powers that be are the ones that will destroy you if you allow them to keep power and gain power. What are your thoughts?